You know, as I've gone through life, there's one very important thing I've discovered, and that is if anybody says or does anything to piss you off, it's very important that you don't react straight away, even if you have to sit on it for a day or two, just to contemplate what was actually said and then act accordingly. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Thank you for joining me again. You know, yesterday was a very big day in the news for Nigel Farage, Tommy Robinson, and the relationship, if any, between the two of them. You know, you're probably aware of this video footage here, and it was an interview that Farage did after he'd spoken at a party conference where he effectively threw, not for the first time either, Tommy Robinson under a bus and, you know, eviscerated him really, his character, his alleged activity with regard to run-ins with the law, and the fact that he's in prison right now for contempt of court. Now, contempt of court is a civil offence. If I committed contempt of court, I'd probably get a fine. I wouldn't be in prison, and so would you. So that says everything on its own, doesn't it? And just for clarity, I don't think Tommy Robinson should be in prison. I think he's been completely eviscerated, destroyed and removed from public consumption by somebody somewhere for very nefarious reasons. That is my stance on Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson has a very big problem, and that is the mainstream, particularly the media. If you have a look at this tweet that came out where Piers Morgan supported what Nigel Farage came out and said, this is a shining example of the issues that Tommy has. Now, you have to understand that the mainstream media and the political circles that everybody moves in are all linked. They're all part of the same engine. You all know that. We all know that. And as a result, Tommy's reputation, Tommy's character and everything else will be completely and utterly destroyed. And the reason he is where he is so many people still believe it. It's quite frightening. Now, as a YouTuber, okay, I'm just a normal bloke. You know, do normal things in my normal life, but I have a voice, I have a platform on here, and there are others too. Now, you can quite rightly go on YouTube and turn around and say, well, I don't have any influence over anything, I'm just giving my opinion. But, you know, I have close to 121,000 subscribers on this channel, and there are others that have a lot more. And like it or not, you do have to mind what you say and what you do, because there are people that listen to you. There are people that look up to you. And I've had emails to that effect. And what you say and what you do will influence people's decisions and the way they think, whether you like it or not. Now, to that end, that's why I sound things. Now, the problem with what happened with Reform yesterday, you had Nigel Farage and you also had Lee Anderson turning around and saying, effectively, Tommy's a criminal, we don't want anything to do with him, he's not welcome in Reform. And immediately certain individuals go, we can't. But is the future of this country bigger than one man, one individual? Or should we all pander down? I go back to my comment earlier. Tommy shouldn't be there, shouldn't be in prison. He should be out. That's where I agree with Elon Musk. He's a political prisoner, and you know, he shouldn't be in prison. But is the future of this country not as big as the future of one man? You know, I hear what everybody is saying about Reform. And as far as I'm concerned, we don't have the time to fuck about. If we divide ourselves, if we allow ourselves to be split apart because of this perceived rift between Farage and Tommy, then we are in a very dark place, because it will allow us to completely destroy ourselves and we'll end up with another 10 years of the uni mob. Do we want that? I certainly don't. I don't want my kids having to put up with it either. So we have to make choices. And I put this poll up, which I found very interesting. I said, in light of the footage that came out, who do you support, Tommy or Farage? And if you have a look at the results, there was a good 4,000 people there actually come out. And I found the split between Tommy and Farage very, very close. There's only a few percentage points in it. Now, underneath, you look at how many said, I support both. So there's many people that support, you know, the ideals of both. Now, June Slater come out of a very, very poignant tweet, actually. I'll leave that for you here. And she's trying to say why Farage is acting in the way he is. And if you have a look at this, is this all timing? Is this all, you know, establishment moving? Is that what it is? Because at the end of the day, if they outrightly come out and supported Tommy, then what would happen is the Electoral Commission would be all over reform. They'd be trying to get rid of them. And this supposed foothold, this supposed bench that they have within Parliament would be gone. And at the end of the day, all Farage really is, when we boil it down, is a backbencher with ambitions of power. He's nothing more than that right now. But he does, or reform does, resemble so much more to so many more people. There's a few different facts there from a few different places. Now, I personally think that by ostracising Tommy, you piss off an awful lot of followers, which could convert into reform votes. But at the end of the day, is one man bigger than the future of this country? You tell me. Have a comment on it. Let me know what you think, and perhaps we can have a readout of this in due course. Have a look at these videos. I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.